Yo, what's good YouTube? Zamcrow here, aka Scoop, back with the UBC, the United Battle Championship, Season 5, week number 1. Now, I will be making team builder videos. I was cut on time this week due to a blessing though. So, I did have my daughter on Monday, the 10th. So I'm a little bit behind on my upload and don't have a team builder. Been struggling with YouTube uploads anyway, so it's not anything really new. Haven't really had time to record or anything like that lately. But yeah, so I won't have a team builder this week, but I will start team builders next week. And yeah, anyways, I'm gonna hop into the team here. I'm doing this off the top of my head actually while I'm on my way home before I head to work. So bear with me a little bit. I won't even remember my full roster, let alone my opponent's full roster. I can think of some threats off the top of my head though, like Dragalgi and Tapu Fini that he didn't bring, along with the monsters you see on screen: Licky Licky, Landers, Registeel, Infernape, Delmize, Mew, with Mew being a Z-move user. Our Z-move user is Aerodactyl, which we do not bring. We do not bring Tangrowth or Salazzle, which had a decent, sort of a decent matchup versus his team. And it looks like Tangrowth just, kind of just eats up hits from everything on his team, minus the Infernape. Tapu Fini was a little bit problematic in prep, but he actually doesn't bring it, so very, very satisfied with that. So I'll go over my team. Kieran Black is a choice band set with Outrage and Fusion Bolt, and I won't reveal. I guess it doesn't really matter. Kieran Black was a choice banded Jolly set with max attack, max speed. Actually it wasn't max speed. I forget exactly what I speed creep, but I think it's the Tapu Fini. But yeah, I am choice banded, Outrage, Fusion Bolt, Rest, and Sleep Talk. Basically, I don't pack Rapid Spin, or if I do pack Rapid Spin on Excadrill this week, I'm not sure if I do or not actually. I didn't think rocks would be that big of a deal, but I do have Rest and Sleep Talk on Kieran, so that if I do end up coming in on, say, rocks and I'm getting really low, I can rest up on things like Registeel and Licky Licky, maybe even the Delmize as well. Can rest up on them and then switch out and then Sleep Talk on some other turns. And the good thing about Outrage and Sleep Talk, so if I do Sleep Talk and I get an Outrage, I'm not locked into Outrage. And his immunity being Tapu Fini, if he switches Tapu Fini in on an Outrage, then it nullifies Outrage basically, so I'm not locked in and I can switch out immediately. Basically what he would need is for me to click Outrage on something like perhaps the Dragalgi, which he did not bring, and then I'm locked in, and then he brings in the Fini, and then can Moonblast me or something along those lines. But he actually doesn't bring the immunity to Outrage, so I'm actually even better with that. And I think Registeel has to be especially defensive for the Gardevoir, so I think Outrage has a pretty good chance to 3-hit KO if he's Spadef. Obviously 2-hit KO everything else, if not straight up OHKO. Things like Infernape and Landers are probably straight up OHKO'd by Banded Outrage. Excadrill is a Choppleberry set. I'll go into more detail on why Choppleberry is actually important in a few minutes. I do have Earthquake, Ironhead, maybe Rapid Spin, maybe not Rapid Spin. Now I do have either Stealth Rocks, Rapid Spin, or Swords Dance as my last 2 moves. So those are the last 2 moves of those 3 options. One of those moves I don't have. I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head. I think I opted out to leave to leave rapid spin out, or I might have opted to leave stealth rock out. I think it was rapid spin. That I left off and put rocks on so that I could, rock up on something like Reggie Steel or Licky Licky or a Landers that's locked into something that can't hit an Excadrill or something like that. Anyways, I think I have enough speed to outspeed the Tapu Fini again, then max attack, and the rest in, I want to say Spadef, maybe HP, but I want to say Spadef so I can take hits from Mew a little bit better. And like I said, and that's another reason I think it's Spadef, is because of the Chople Berry, in case Infernape runs Vacuum Wave. Or Mach Punch, I guess. So maybe it's just HP. I'm not real sure on my spread at the moment, but I don't think it comes into play. I'm going to skip over Gardevoir and Rotom and get to Gligar real quick and give some in-depth reason on why I do have the Chople Berry on Excadrill. It's not just so that I can live a close combat, because he could obviously go for Flare Blitz to knock me out. So it's mainly because of the Mach Punch and the Vacuum Wave. So I have the Chople Berry because my Gligar packs U-Turn, Earthquake, Roost, and my last move is Sandstorm. So I do have Sand Rush Excadrill here that could potentially, if I weaken his entire team, most notably Mew and Delmise, then Sand Rush Excadrill could actually just win. And it's not something somebody's actually going to prep for, especially week one, without me showing off that I do have the innovation to run a set like that, run Sandstorm on Gligar so that I can abuse Sand Rush Excadrill. I don't think anybody's going to predict that in week one. Mega Gardevoir, Spadef set on Gligar, by the way. I'm like almost max, enough speed to, I think I sped crept something. Mainly I'm Spadef because I need something that can hit special hits from Infernape. If he was like a timid set with Fire Blast or Flamethrower or potentially even Hidden Power Ice. I do live one Hidden Power Ice. Even if he has Life Orb, which is actually pretty sick. And Fire Blast does like a maximum of 41%. It can never 2-hit KO me, I'm pretty sure, unless he got a crit or something. Anyways, back to Gardevoir. I do bring a Will-O-Wisp set because, his only way to even semi-check this thing is Registeel, and I guess maybe like a Choice Scarf or Dragalge with adaptability Sludge Wave. But I do bring Will-O-Wisp, Substitute, Calm Mind, and Hyper Voice, so I'm mono Fairy attack. Think enough speed to outspeed I am max speed, so I can speed tie with Mew. And I have quite a bit of HP investment and a little bit of defense investment. Not that much special attack investment, but I am minimally invested. Basically, before I put Hyper Voice on here, I had Draining Kiss on here so that I could just be really, really bulky and Calm Mind on everything, and then get my HP back from my Substitute. 24% I'm losing from Substitute. I can get my HP back with Draining Kiss or something like that. I opted for Hyper Voice because it's just way stronger. This thing can put in enough work to where the rest of my team does its job pretty exceptionally. That being said, Rotom Wash is my next mon on the team. This is my Landorus Infernape chick, I guess, sort of, and can just Volt Switch, pivot around on his team pretty comfortably. Can click Volt Switch on everything. I can even click Volt Switch on Landorus because it would most likely switch out fearing the Hydro Pump. And yeah, that's basically it here for Rotom. I don't remember my exact set. I want to say Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Pain Split and Will-O-Wisp. I think it's pretty much a standard Rotom Wash set from like Smogon or something. Not nearly max defense, do have a little bit of speed investment, but it's kind of irrelevant because he doesn't bring the things that I speed creep. And yeah, so Rotom Wash in this matchup specifically is going to be here to eat up hits from Landers and maybe have to take a hit from Infernape or Mew. That being said, I already talked about Gligar, so I can move on to Primeape here. Primeape is a Choice Scarf set with U-Turn, Close Combat, Ice Punch, and the Gunk Shot. The Gunk Shot for the Feeny, the Ice Punch for the Landers, and I guess if I have to, the Delmise, the Mew, whatever else. Close Combat just there for General Stab, and U-Turn for Momentum. Once Delmise and Mew are gone or weakened, Delmise needs to be gone, but if Mew is weakened enough and Landers is weakened enough and Delmise is gone, Close Combat sweeps with the Choice Scarf. So that being said, I'm going to lead off actually with my Rotom Wash, predicting his Landers lead or an Infernape lead, or even a Registeel lead. So I'm going to lead Rotom Wash here, and I'm just going to click the Hydro Pump. No need to predict here at the very first play. He could have clicked Knockoff. He could have clicked Gravity, and I couldn't have, if I clicked Volt Switch, I would have been in a bad position. So he does go into Mew on the Hydro Pump. Doesn't take it that well, so I know he's probably an offensive set, maybe like a sub Calm Mind set, or maybe just a Calm Mind set, maybe even a Nasty Plot set. I am going to go for the Volt Switch as he switches out into Delmise, and I get in Kieran Black as he brings in Registeel, and I just click the Outrage here, and he's not going to take it well, and he's going to decide to set up rocks, so I do get a 3-turn Outrage, and I'm going to be able to knock him out there, and pretty fantastic there for Kieran Black. Choice Banded sets, immaculate. He does bring the Infernape, which can revenge kill me. He goes for Fire Blast. It wouldn't have knocked out my Kieran Black since I didn't have a minus Spadef nature, and it would have only did a maximum of like 40% to my Gligar. I can just U-turn out here, go out into Gardevoir as he brings in the Licky Licky, and now I'm going to decide to set up a substitute as he throws off a Wish. Now on the next play, I'm actually going to misplay. I should click Will-O-Wisp here, but I'm going to misplay and click Calm Mind. This is a misplay because he's actually able to break my sub, meaning that I have to go for another sub, which loses me more HP, especially after this 15 I take from Earthquake here. So a little bit unfortunate for me that I made a misplay, but I have my reasons on that misplay. I won't talk about it on YouTube, or I won't talk about it, period. But I am able to get my sub up again anyway. Now my play here is to actually Calm Mind and make this Wish, make sure that this Wish isn't received in a Wish receiving sense. And if I would have been able to Calm Mind again, that Hyper Voice there would have probably been able to knock him out. But who knows? Anyways, we are able to get rid of the Delmise and the Registeel, so we're sitting pretty comfortably here. I know he's going to go for the U-turn here, but not much I can do about that. As I bring in my Gligar and he gets that little chip damage, switches out to his Mew here. He could potentially have Ice Beam, but it doesn't knock me out. I'm just going to roost the damage off later. But he goes for Shadow Ball, which doesn't do that much. I guess he predicted me to sack off my Gardevoir, or maybe thought he was slower. So that's giving me some more insight about Mew, is it's probably offensive but slow. So I'm not sure what's going on here. I am able to just go for the U-turn as he switches into Landers and go into Rotom Wash. And this time I can predict him to switch out. I have the comfortability here and can just click Volt Switch as he does go into the Licky Licky. And now I can bring in Kieran Black again. I should have probably brought in Primeape, so I could just click Close Combat a couple times and Mew would have died. But I go into Kieran Black here. I didn't think this through. Again, this is another thing that goes back to the Gardevoir stuff. I didn't think it through. I didn't realize that it would be it would knock him out, and then I would be locked into Outrage. I didn't think that through enough, and I do get revenge killed there by the Close Combat. I do live, unless he gets a maximum roll there, I do live a Fire Blast. and he actually switches out, so maybe he's not that especially offensively invested. Goes for the knockoff here. He's going to be able to knock out my Rotom Wash. And now we're in a 4-3 position. Can go into Excadrill here. And I debated on Rapid Spinning, but I didn't really need to. So I just decided I would go for Iron Head here. And that I could click it again. Or I could click Earthquake and make a play on the Infernape. But I'm not that ballsy. I don't need to risk anything. I still think I'm in the driver's seat of the battle. So he can make plays if he wants to, but I'm not going to stick my neck out and reach. And here's a part of the match where I was deciding on, was I going to win with Primeape or was I going to win with Excadrill? Since my Chople Berry was knocked off, I decided that I wanted to win with Primeape in case that Infernape's last move was Mach Punch or Vacuum Wave, since he has shown Flare Blitz, Fire Blast, and Close Combat already. So he's able to just click knockoff again, puts my Excadrill really low. I'm just going to switch straight into my Gligar and eat that, and then U-turn out so that I can get Primeape in a position to get a kill. I need some kills here. Basically, it comes down to sack for sack for sack. I'm just going to click Close Combat here as he reveals Protect. So he's Wish, Protect, Earthquake. I don't know if he actually showed his last move. But I'm going to click Close Combat here and pick up a kill. Primeape putting in the work with the U-turn momentum and stuff. Here, I am just going to sack off. Actually, I'm going to keep a sack for Infernape. And I'm going to go into Gligar here, in which that he can, now he can U-turn out into Infernape. And the reason I didn't go into Excadrill is so that I had this sack fodder here for the Infernape. So that if he did U-turn out into Infernape, that I can bring Primeape in after I sack Excadrill, click Close Combat, knock out the Infernape. Or if he wants to keep the Infernape for the Gligar, then I can knock out the Landers as it switches in to Close Combat. But he decides to sack the Infernape, and he can't knock me out in one hit, and if he did, then he couldn't, it wouldn't be a move that he could lock himself into that would actually hit Gligar as well. So he does lock himself into Stone Edge there, doesn't get a critical hit. I guess alternatively he could have, if he did have Mach Punch, he could have put me in range of the Stone Edge after my Close Combat, and I would have actually, after I knocked out the Infernape, since I would have had the Spadef drop and stuff, I would not have stayed in, because then the Landers could actually end up cleaning up the game with Stone Edge. And I couldn't allow that to happen. I would have sacked Gligar, went back into Primeape, who 100% eats a Stone Edge after rocks and Mach Punch damage. Without a special, without a defense drop, that is. Anyways, good game to Turkey and the Toronto Luxrays. It was really, really fun. Really, really fun prep and a really, really fun battle. I know at the beginning of the battle, I felt like I was in control. And then the middle of the battle, I felt like I was starting to lose it because I wasn't making the most optimal plays. And then in the late game, I really had to, I was like, oh shit, he's making a comeback. I lose to Infernape and Landers. But I put my thinking cap on, I thought it out real well, and I was able to put myself in a position to bring it back. Even though we were never losing, I felt that he had the tools to beat us. But yeah, it was the first game of the season. We're both likely for some misplays and stuff like that. But yeah, otherwise, really, really good game. Start off the UBC 1-0 with a +2 differential. Taking off against a tough competitor. So we will be playing Levine in week 2. He did beat us out of the final or the semifinals last season, so we're looking for some redemption against him. Going to be a good game. He's also 1-0, and yeah. So again, good game to the Toronto Luxrays. Looking forward to facing the Boston Como next week, and the Blackmont Rye Cougars are going to sign off on that one. Let me know what you thought of the battle, the prep, the battle, the draft. Of course, like I said, I might like link the UBC document so you guys can see our rosters and stuff, because I obviously didn't have them here today to give you guys, as I'm driving and don't have access to like a document or anything to look at. But yeah, I guess that's it. Just let me know what you guys thought of the battle, and leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time, I guess. I don't really know. It's been a while since I did this. Yeah, I don't know. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.